You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, I haven't done this video yet, which I'm sure surprises a lot of the 49ers fans that have subscribed to this channel because there's been so many Trey Lance / Jimmy Garoppolo / Mac Jones videos made over the last year. You guys know I'm a lifelong 49ers fan. I am also not the biggest fan of Trey Lance. I wasn't a fan of him coming out of college. Okay, his tape, in my opinion, didn't look great. I knew he was going to be a project. I knew he was going to struggle with accuracy. I knew he was going to struggle with short to intermediate passing. Check, 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 check. I mean, so far, I'm not wrong. And I wondered about things like maturity. Well, my God, looks like that question has been answered because, as you guys know, we had the stripper video that leaked out the other day on Trey Lance. Guys, I can't... I might have actually had to cool down for a day or so on this because I can't tell you how much I don't want that out of a franchise quarterback. Do I look at quarterback differently than I do, say, running back, safety, any other position that there is on the field, and what happened with Trey Lance? Yep, you better believe it. I certainly do. It is beyond me how quarterbacks do not come into this league and have a razor-sharp focus on how Tom Brady and Peyton Manning conducted business on a daily basis. It is beyond me. I mean, that you don't understand that walking into the NFL means you've got to change your life. It's one reason why so many teams will draft young quarterbacks that are already married because of things just like this. And Colin Cowherd has been higher on Trey Lance than a lot of people, okay? Look, the moment they re-signed Jimmy, I was like, oh, okay. And I've been critical of the Niners for having drafted a quarterback, period, okay? Even Mac Jones. The moment that the 49ers traded up, I cringed because I was like, I don't see the need to draft a quarterback here with this Super Bowl-ready team. And that is the problem. That is why Trey Lance is taking so much heat. Because I'm seeing a lot of Trevor Lawrence is not taking that heat, blah, blah, blah. Even seen some really woke San Francisco writer named Grant Cohen out there who posted on his Twitter and then promptly deleted it, or at least I can't find it, literally call it racist if you decide to criticize Trey Lance. I was waiting on that from somebody, and there it was. God, he's ate up with Trey Lance. It's unbelievable. There's no objectivity there whatsoever. Okay? Look, I'm all for this kid succeeding, but this is not how it's going to be done. And you can't conduct yourself this way as a franchise quarterback. You cannot. I hate to literally say the name Dwayne Haskins because rest in peace, son. I hate what happened to Dwayne Haskins. It was tragic, and he was starting to get his crap together. But anybody remember Washington, the Commanders, his rookie year? This is reminiscent of that, okay? And it would be irresponsible of me to not actually bring that up, okay? When's the last time you can ever remember a franchise quarterback that actually made it wading into the waters of something like this? Well, Colin Cowherd, and we're going to get to Cowherd, we're going to get to Sean Payton, we're going to get to Chris Sims. All right, Colin Cowherd torches Trey Lance's stripper antics. This is Outkick. Colin Cowherd's faith in Trey Lance appears to be disappearing at an alarming rate. The FS1 host has generally been a strong supporter of the young quarterback, but following an embarrassing loss to the Bears, a video surfaced that appeared to show Lance making it rain on a bunch of dancers. Let's put it that way. I'm trying to clean this up a little bit. Cowherd was not impressed by Trey Lance. To the shock of absolutely nobody, the host of the herd wasn't impressed, and he let his viewers know it with some incredibly blunt comments. Look, there's been a lot of things I have disagreed with Colin Cowherd on, particularly in the last couple of years. But this used to be one of the things he always got right. And it seems to me like he got this one right. This take is right. This take is on point. Quote, gagging to the Bears, can't complete 50% of his throws, making it rain at the strip club. It's not the NBA, man. You got 8 home games. You got to win them, especially when you have a Super Bowl roster, and that's why Trey Lance is getting criticized. Look, the 49ers should have never taken this kid. Okay? They had a win-now team. They should have drafted a defensive end, somebody that could rush the passer, a hot-shot offensive lineman, something besides a quarterback. So, in large part, nobody's to blame here but Lynch and Shanahan to begin with. Cowherd said, while looking visibly displeased with Trey Lance, he also added that while Twitter found it funny, and they did, Twitter thought it was hilarious, but Twitter's not real. It's not. I mean, Twitter's a bunch of clowns anyway. Of course they would think this was cute. Cowherd told his fans, of course they do, think it's cute. Of course they supported it, but Twitter is not real life. That is correct.
Favorite, gagging to the Bears, can't complete 50% of his throws, making it rain at a strip club. It's not the NBA, man. Got 8 home games, got to win them, especially when you have a Super Bowl roster. It's not the end of the world, of course, nor was Jimmy G being caught with a porn star having dinner. But you all defended Jimmy G, and what happened 4 days later? The Niners brass spoke out publicly and said, we expect better from a franchise quarterback. Of course, you never do. According to the story, Twitter supported Trey Lance. Of course they do. Of course Twitter supported it, but Twitter...
I mean, I got to give him credit. He's absolutely right. It's hard to disagree with Cowherd's assessment. Trey Lance was absolutely abysmal against the Bears to start the season. He completed 46.4% of his passes for 164 yards and an interception, and I'm going to keep it real. We have seen nothing but lines like that out of Trey Lance so far. So far, that's about exactly what we have gotten. Outside of, if you literally subtracted 5 flash plays, I think at this point we would think he's a bust, a full-on bust. His performance was downright unwatchable. Despite the fact that he is surrounded by a lot of talent, how does the horrible performance get followed up? A video hit the web. It appeared to show him throwing cash on women. Do the fans of the team want to see that after 13 for 28 in a 19-10 loss to a bad, obvious Chicago team? The answer is obvious, and it's no. And look, I don't want to hear it was raining. Justin Fields went out and won that game in the rain. Let's get to Chris Sims, okay? And I'll jump up on this because I'm just going to play the audio. But this has got to be the most disturbing thing for Niners fans because he comes right out and tells you. And look, Chris Sims does a great job of delivering this kind of stuff by coding it with some people in the league told me. Not some people with the Niners told you, okay? I said that. Don't quote me. But that's exactly what's going on here with Chris Sims. He knows there's Niners veterans that know they're playing right now on a Super Bowl team, but not with this quarterback.
They are a Super Bowl football team. And to do justice to your organization, your fan base, and more importantly to your football team, the guys in the locker room, you got to play the best players. And I think there's guys, I've heard through the grapevine, there's guys in that locker room that go, Jimmy G's the best player. I mean, I know.
He's proven it. I mean,
how
would you say differently right now?
I know, and I don't want to call people out here, but I've heard from people that I know around the NFL that go, yeah, there's some prominent people in the 49ers locker room that go, Jimmy Garoppolo's better. Okay, so that's a real thing
On the offensive side?
Well, maybe, but I'm not silly. Okay, so but either way, yes, I think that the leash has to be short. I don't think we can wait till Game 6 and us be the 49ers be 2-4 and be.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't. That's all this talk of patience with this roster. You can't have it. You can't. This is not the Jacksonville Jaguars and a crappy roster. This is not the Carolina Panthers and them having and honestly, their offensive roster is pretty good, but they're not in a rush to get Matt Corral out there. The Niners put themselves in a very bad situation. You could argue they put Lance in a bad situation. If you're going to draft a rookie quarterback, he's got to be an NFL-ready rookie quarterback, right? And I contend you don't draft a quarterback at 3 at all. Sean Payton, Jimmy G will replace Lance as a starter. I'll just give you the quote. So here's the pickle if you're the 49ers general manager, John. If you're Kyle, Payton said, you drafted this kid so high, man, it's a hard sell to the guy upstairs writing the check that, our little blanket is Jimmy Garoppolo, right? But we're going to start this guy. We're committed to starting him, but at some point, we're not having the rest of the roster sitting there ready to win. Okay? And I don't know if you've noticed, like I said, this is all tying back to the fact that this is a ready-to-win roster right now. But this goes beyond anything, okay? Once you have your quarterback out there doing what he did, what surfaced, look, the Niners issued a statement about Jimmy G and the adult star. And I'm going to tell you, you guys know I like Jimmy G. I don't like that shit either. I don't. Not from my franchise quarterback. I don't. Okay, so I'm not being partial one over the other. But even then, Jimmy G had more pelts under his belt than Trey Lance does. Jimmy G looked like an NFL quarterback back then. Trey Lance does not right now. He does not look like an NFL quarterback. I got to tell you, it's going to be very hard to get past that video with Trey Lance. I mean, it just is. And some people will come through here. I guarantee you, I promise you, I bet every damn thing in my house I'll get called a racist over this video. I promise you I will. Interesting, because I'll trade Jimmy and Trey Lance for Lamar Jackson today. I said the other day, I'd trade Jimmy Garoppolo for Tyler Huntley today. Those are 2 black quarterbacks. This ain't got nothing to do with race, but it does have to do like acting like a franchise quarterback too. That's part of it. It's part of this job every bit as much as throwing for 67% in the NFL is how you act off the field if you're a franchise quarterback. Wow. I got to tell you, the 49ers have monumentally effed this up. I don't feel the way I did back in the days right after drafting Alex Smith. I mean, we just didn't have much talent. And but knowing that we have this team and this coach, and this is what they chose to do with that number 3 pick, and even worse, gave away 3 first-round picks to move up, and this was the choice. I got to tell you, whoever made the absolute final call on this trade, the absolute final call, you don't look very good. You don't. You don't look good in this situation at all. Because right now, it looks like you got it wrong. Plain and simple. You got it wrong. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 fans. You know I had to talk about it, and when Cowherd came out, made his comments, I was like, okay, those are fresh comments because I'd let it go by too long to actually make a video on it. But now I got something fresh to apply in here for the YouTube algorithms. Unfortunately, that's a thing when making videos. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.